Ladies and gentlemen, I did a couple of stories on Philadelphia and how they were trying to open up a safe injection site for drug addicts to come and do their illegal drugs, just as long as it's in front of a medical professional. Sound like a legalized crack house, don't it? So this came out in NPR February 26, 2020, and look like they're moving forward with this. So this will be a reality in the city of Philadelphia. So I guess as long as if you get caught with illegal drugs, just tell them you were on your way to a safe injection site. Maybe that'll get you out of the whole thing. I don't know. I don't know how that works. You are traveling with illegal drugs. Let me go ahead and play this audio from NPR.
A Philadelphia nonprofit says it is opening the country's first facility where people can inject illegal drugs under medical supervision. Yesterday, a district court judge ruled that the site does not violate federal drug laws. NPR's Bobby Allen reports.
After a 2-year legal battle, leaders at the nonprofit called Safe House are ready to open their doors to the first official supervised injection site in America. It's a facility where those struggling with addiction bring their own drugs and use with trained medical staff standing by to prevent overdoses. It's been used in Canada and Europe and has been shown to save lives. Rhonda Goldfein leads Safe House.
We have the highest death rate of any big city in America. The 2019 death rate is expected to surpass 2018. And with numbers like these, we are compelled to act.
The decision was from a U.S. district judge in Philadelphia who found in October that the sites Safe House are proposing are more like a medical facility than what prosecutors have called a crack house. The judge has now made his order final. It's a blow for the Justice Department, which sued to try to block the site. Here's U.S. Attorney Bill McSwain speaking a year ago when he and the Trump administration first filed their lawsuit aimed at stopping Safe House.
These are folks who have good intentions, but we think that this step of opening an injection site is a step that crosses the line.
He's not alone in believing this. At a tense press conference today, Safe House said their first facility will be in South Philadelphia. That was a surprise to neighbors there. Leanne Saloff wasn't pleased.
You blindsided us. So tell everybody in South Philly, generations of families who don't leave, who have college degrees, who sit there and stay in their community, who raise our children there.
Saloff says she doesn't want to live next to a site that will have a steady stream of substance abusers coming in and out.
I care about what my children have to see at 6 and 10 years old, that I have to explain hardened drug addiction. This is unacceptable, and you are a sneak about it.
Goldfein of Safe House says 3 to 4 people die from fatal overdoses every day in Philadelphia. She says their supervised injection sites are taking public injecting off the streets and into a medical facility.
We understand that your children should never have to walk over people publicly consuming. And the goal is, if it's not outside, then it's inside.
Studies have shown that injection sites do drive down fatal overdoses in the vicinity around the facilities. Philadelphia health officials estimate that 25 to 76 people could be saved each year with the opening of the injection spaces. Former Pennsylvania Governor Ed Rendell is a big supporter.
But even if it saves 25 lives, it's worth it.
Supporters say it will also serve as a way to connect with treatment, housing, and other social services. Leo Beletsky is a health and law expert at Northwestern University. He studies harm reduction efforts like supervised injection sites. He says other U.S. cities are watching.
One of the key arguments against advocates has been that the law is not settled and that, the legal implications are unclear. Well, that argument just suffered a setback.
Federal officials say they are evaluating all their options under the law, and they have already filed an appeal. Safe House has volunteers at the ready, including Rendell, the former Pennsylvania governor, expected to escort drug users to the site early next month. They hope to serve as a shield against any protesters or law enforcement. Bobby Allen, NPR News.
Okay, y'all. Look like they're moving forward and opening this safe injection site in the city of Philadelphia this coming March, next week. So, yeah, they've been battling this out for a while. I remember doing stories on this as far back as 2016, when they were just putting the proposal out there to do this. So, look like a U.S. district judge has given them the okay to move forward and open this site. And they really got the idea from Canada. They have these safe injection sites up there. And they're claiming that it did cut down on some of the drug use, but that addiction is still going strong, y'all. Don't ever let them try to con you to believe that it's not. It's still a huge problem in the United States. And I think about that. I wonder how much the coronavirus will impact many of these drug users, because most of them, they hang out on the streets. And they're always traveling. When you are a drug addict, you're always on the go trying to buy drugs. So being that they're out there, I wonder how vulnerable many of them are going to be to the coronavirus. Do they have a weakened immune system because of the drug addiction? Time will tell, won't it? Used in Canada and parts of Europe, a supervised injection site is a space in which drug users bring their own drugs and administer them while under the watch of medical staff armed with the overdose reversing drug naloxone. Safe House officials say the initiative was aimed at saving lives and providing a bridge to treatment amid a worsening opioid plague. Philadelphia they got a horrible problem over there. Like I had told some of you before, about 2 summers ago, I went over to Kensington. And when I got out of my car, I looked down, those needles were everywhere, everywhere. I could not believe how many I was seeing on the ground. So I do know the city has a horrible problem. And another thing really unique about the city of Philadelphia, it's really not white people that lead in drug abuse there. It's Hispanics. They actually lead in the most overdose deaths, followed by white people and then Black people. So it's a little different from other parts of the country. But ladies and gentlemen, I think they'll still get some pushback from the Justice Department on this. They may have prevailed, but there's a lot of people that have to live around these safe injection houses that they got set up, and those residents are not happy. They don't want them drug addicts coming there and hanging out around where they live. And that ultimately is what happens. One of the complaints I even heard out of Canada were around these safe injection sites, these junkies are sleeping around on the ground and they are a nuisance to the neighborhood. So we will see what happens when this thing opens up in March in the city of Philadelphia. I'll definitely try to do updates and seeing what's happening. So Kensington neighborhood north of Philadelphia Center City is the epicenter of the opioid plague, and the nonprofit Secure a building in the community with plans of using it as a supervised injection site. On Wednesday, however, Safe House officials said the first facility would be in South Philadelphia. That's around where the Italian markets are. And, a lot of the Italians live over there. So that's where they're going to open up the Safe House. Wow. This will be interesting, y'all, to see what happens. They seem to think this is going to drive down drug addiction in the city. I don't think it will, but I guess that's my opinion. I don't even think they're going to get the majority of the addicts to come to a safe injection site. I think this will have broad ramifications. There are places around the country, including Seattle, Boston, Denver, New York, where people have been closely watching these developments. Yeah, well, if they are successful at bringing this up in March, I'm sure the other states are going to be jumping on this as well. But we shall see. Please tell me what you think about this story, ladies and gentlemen. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace, family.